Okay, so part two of how I upgraded my Clam Yukon XL ice team. Um, there she is. So pretty simple. She's a couple years old. This is how I set her up for camping. I went over it in the first video, but I run the S2B, SB2, I can't remember off the top of my head. S2B, yep, anchors for the rear. Those things are absolutely awesome. They're strong, they're durable. They don't melt the ice all that much. If I do end up worrying about hot sunny days out on the ice, I'll just throw a beaver dam underneath it and like a beaver dam hole cover and then just wedge it between them. This thing is not moving once it's bolted down. I have the two in the rear, and then I have the one in the front. I went over and talked about the grommet and how I did that. Do your center grommet so that you can put your ice anchor right through it. The front one is a pull mount that actually holds down over the pole. It's got a little rubber on it. This thing is not lifting up. I don't care how windy it gets, it's not lifting up. I do run extra grommets in those. I haven't put them in the one-man flip yet, but I will be. I'm looking for a better quality, maybe a stainless steel. I don't know what I got to do some research. I do want to reinforce with little squares of some thicker, heavier duty, like nylon or ripstop material on all of where the grommets go. Just a little 3-inch patch sewn on an X pattern. You know, I think that'll be more than sufficient. But they work flawlessly. I don't worry about doing the weighted snakes with the chains or the sand. Nothing gets under. When I pull these tight and screw them down, she's not moving. I've had this out there for multiple days. I've camped in it. I fished out of it. Lived in it. It works great. At least for me. What's good for me might not be good for you. So you can see the trifold floor. I went over more in detail on that in a different video. I didn't do a how I made it. I just copied everybody else on YouTube. They're really quite simple. I highly suggest it. It fits perfectly lengthwise when I fold everything up, either underneath the travel cover or on top of the seats, and then I fold the tops down. So, camping setup. I run one chair. I don't bring them to both because it's obviously camping just for one person. These Yukons have a lot of room. I'm 5'11", in my 220s. Was almost pushing 300 when I bought this shack. This is perfect for me. I can put my feet up. You can see at 5'11" and reclined in my chair, I still have plenty of room. I can lay down on this. My head stops like here. It's perfect. I have room to throw extra stuff, clothes, food, cooking gear, whatever I want. This is just the basics of what's in here right now. Keep your heater off the ground. Get one of these little tables. I actually hijacked this one from my girlfriend. However, I do have a couple others that I throw in the hub. This is a Trekology. It weighs less than like half a pound and it rolls up into nothing. It's great to get your heater off the ground. Also benefit, get yourself a heater fan, or what do they call them? A wood burning stove fan with a little mount. I think you can get that whole setup for under 25 bucks on Amazon. When I'm camping, unless I'm fishing, I'll throw my live scope up here or my Vexilar or whatever it may be, run the deucer down and fish these two holes. If I'm not, it's a totally different setup, so you'll have to watch the other video for that. But when I'm sleeping, I don't run my graph. I turn my graph off. I don't need to be watching a graph. I don't need to waste my battery and have a graph running all night. So, benefit of having the cot up high like that is I have all this extra storage. I can throw my board, my bump board. I can throw The hole cover's down to cover the holes under it. I can throw my live scope. I can throw some extra food. I can leave a cover off and throw some food on that and keep it cold. It doesn't matter. It's endless possibilities. You know, if you're going to camp out of your Yukon or whatever it may be, your Eskimo 2i or whatever you're using, your otters, you got to make it good for you. You know, what I said before, what's good for me might not be good for you, but this works for me. I do run the Arc Lab flips or shelves. I like them in the outside position. It keeps my fabric tighter, gives me more room to kind of, oh, I need to grab something, I need to do something. I could set a beer here. I could set my puck here, my waxies, whatever. I can keep my tweezers here, my forceps, my pick, whatever. When I'm sleeping, I run a rattle reel. I clip a rattle reel up here, run it right down to the hole, and I run vulture alarms for all my flags. Hands down, they are the coolest company in the market for tip-up alarms. I'll do a whole separate video on those eventually, giving them credit for it, along with Arc Lab for their shuttles and their boat mounts and their ice fishing setups. Speaking of tip-ups, I like to keep all of mine, you know, nice and tidy when I'm out fishing. And that is why I have the two poles. I made a little rod locker auger mount, Schedule 40 PVC. It's not glued together. It doesn't need to be. It folds in and out just fine. Holds my Eagle Claw or my Otter rod locker. Holds my 10-inch auger. Get some hooks on the back. You can hold all your extra stuff. Holds my auger just fine, especially having the two supports. If it was one, it's a little iffy. It starts to do this. Run two. If you're going to hang stuff off the back that's heavier, wet jackets, honestly, just get a second pole. They all still mount in that little Clam bolt-on setup to hold all your supports. You can add one more to it. It will still fit. Hands down, that is a brilliant idea. I wish they would just come with two. Only other thing is get yourself some clips for the windows. You know, you don't want it falling onto your fan, onto your heater. That one's already been burnt. I'm not going to make that mistake again with my new cover, which is the white 40th Black Friday from Clam. They were $100 for anybody who grabbed them. Good for you. That was a great buy. I don't know how much longer those will be available before they discontinue them completely. So that was a steal. I love it. And I like the white. I think it looks cool. But yeah, so this is, and the chair is Amazon gaming chair. Totally forgot. It does recline, just in case you missed it in the other video. She goes back pretty far. It's comfortable. Has the exact same mounts as a boat seat, just like the Clam seats do. So 4 screws and you're good to go. Great add-on, especially on the longer trips. I can sit back and recline. Oh, hey, my back hurts. I can go back up. Now I've got the support. It just works for me. So, yeah, I mean, if you have any other questions or comments, concerns, whatever it may be, just leave a comment, you know, like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Like I said, I'm not a pro YouTuber. This is not my life. I'm a journeyman lineman by trade. I'm just a bearded freak who loves fishing. So, yeah, enjoy.